Let's get things started. I think we are at 12 noon.
All right.
All right. Let's get this officially underway. Evan and I were just talking, which some of you may have tuned in for. We got people tuning in now. Of course, this is the Summer Solstice Music Expo Country Music Edition. And so I'm so excited to be here. I've been on the show before when it wasn't specifically country music, but those are the artists I always interview anyway. So it's so great to be here. And I want to welcome Evan Farrell. How are you?
Not bad. How are you? Thanks for having me on here.
Oh, well, thanks for taking time out of your Saturday to be here, all the way from Stouffville, Ontario.
Yep, that's us.
Well, what's Stouffville's claim to fame?
I don't know. We got a cool building somewhere. We got a cool clock. We got a clock somewhere. Yeah.
Okay,
that's it. That's it. Yeah.
That's all we need. And we've got Evan Farrell too. Is there anybody else out of Stouffville besides you, Evan, that is in music that we might know?
No, there's a lot of people around us that were like obviously Uxbridge is right next to us. Leah Daniels, Robin Onalini, Ben Hudson.
Yeah.
Uxbridge is bumping. Markham's got a lot too. Like everybody around us has stuff. We don't have anything.
We've got to build that up.
We have a clock. Yeah.
You have a clock. Well, that's important. That is important. You started playing guitar at age 12. You released your first single called Playlist a few years back. You've released a bunch of singles since then. Your latest one is called Out There Somewhere. Yeah. And you could be described as Canada's Josh Turner. Do you like that description?
Yeah, I'll take anything that compares me to Josh Turner. I'll take that any day. That's quite the big name there. Yeah.
That is a big name. Now, it's because of your deep voice. Which people will hear. Well, they can hear it as you speak and when you sing. Is there any other singer, Evan, that people have compared you to?
When I was starting out, I used to do this thing where like I never used to sing like myself. Like when I was first starting, when I was 14, 15, I would always just try to emulate the sound of people. And I was really good at doing Chris Young. So I got Chris Young a lot.
Oh, wow.
I haven't got him recently because I sing like myself instead of trying to sound like him right now.
Yeah.
Scotty McCreery too.
That's another one.
Yeah, JD Eagleson too. Just basically anything with like a slightly low register.
Yeah, exactly.
I've heard it.
And you've ridden with JD Eagleson.
I have. Yeah, we rode Out There Somewhere together because I'm a lucky guy.
Yeah, Jade is just blowing up on the scene. Great album out there. So many good songs.
Yeah.
And we're going to hear Out There Somewhere that the two of you wrote. You're going to perform that on the show. And another brand new song you're going to share with us here. Let's talk about how it all started for you, Evan. I mentioned age 12 guitar. Is that when you fell in love with music, or was it before then?
Yeah, so I've always had a good thing with lyrics. Like I've always been able to remember lyrics really well. And so I was coming home from a baseball tournament one time, and my buddy's dad gave me a ride home, and they had the country station playing, and I was just singing like every song because
wow.
I always listen to the radio. And when we got home, he just told my mom, like, hey, you should think about getting this kid a guitar because he knows way too many country songs to not learn 3 chords and play every country song ever. So I gave it a shot, and the rest is history.
Absolutely. And I remember a story you're talking about. Were you singing Toby Keith?
I was bopping along to Toby Keith. Yeah. Yeah, I was just bouncing along in that diaper. It was awesome.
So in your case, I think the answer is always country music. But to this question, because sometimes I'll ask a performer why they chose country or why they changed the music they were in at one point in their teens and turned to country. Was it always country for you?
It's always been country.
Yeah.
I mean, I went through a little phase there in like grade 6 where I listened to like 6 pop songs. But other than that, I was back to country. So.
Back to country. And can you take us back to a moment on stage, Evan, that you felt was a defining moment, or a moment where you felt you had the confidence and you're on your way?
Probably at a drive-in last year. We played, everything was shut down. Nobody knew what was going to happen to the industry, to all of us. Cause I mean, pandemics aren't great for ticket sales. So, I played a drive-in last year, and it was really cool because it was like, it wasn't necessarily a confidence thing in myself, but it was more of just like I was on stage. I was halfway through my set. I had 45 minutes to play, And I just kind of took a moment to think like, oh, we can do this. Like whatever happens to the country music scene, whatever it gets thrown at it, like we can take it. If we could take a pandemic and still keep moving forward, we can do this. And so that was a pretty cool moment, because it was like yeah, I wasn't necessarily confidence in myself of just like, oh, I'm on my way here, and more of just like, oh, this is a cool community to be in.
Yeah.
And
yeah, totally. And that is a good thing to know, that there's resilience, and there are people in the country music community like Forrest Jones, right? That was the
Forrest
show.
Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing the July 10th one.
July 10th,
July
Blue
10th.
Mountain Collingwood Country Cares 2.0 that you were part of.
Yeah.
Country Fest Productions. People can Google that. Yeah, it's important to know that there's resilience, that there's ways around things, and you've had to learn that this last year, as all musicians and artists have. What have you learned this year? How to pivot and change a bit?
I've been focusing. So me and my managers have been really focusing on virtual shows, because obviously, like I feed off of like, cause I guess it's from growing up playing sports and having a home crowd there or something like that. But I feed so much off of a crowd and their energy and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So to play in this room by myself and have like, maybe like if I ask a question like, how are we doing tonight type thing, it's delayed, so the answers don't come until it's already gone.
Right.
B, it's probably we don't answer anyways. So it's just getting used to playing in a room that doesn't have any people in it, and just kind of and not knowing who's on the other end of this screen, right? So that's what that was really, really tough, because even if like my managers had me play on a Zoom call too, and they were saying like, yeah, with people actually watching you, this is like, it's a whole other animal. But I struggled with that a little bit, trying to get going without anybody in the room, you know?
Yeah, it's that energy that is sent to you from the audience, and you just feed off of it, as every artist does. You need that.
Yeah, even with your stories, songs, and six strings, like there's other artists there. We can interact.
Yeah.
You know, after, if you're doing a live stream by yourself, you play a song and you're done, and you're just like, I hope you guys like that. There's no applause, there's no nothing, where you have to like, sometimes you got to change capo or like tune your guitar. You can do that with applause going on, there's noise. But when it's just this, like, it's kind of tough.
It's an adjustment, right? And it looks like we're coming through that to where you can start to hear the applause again and feed off of that energy. We talked about country music. It's always been that for you. What is it about country music as a genre, Evan, do you feel is it's that what it gives back to people, and what is the best about country music?
Well, the biggest difference between country music and maybe like pop music or rap music is that it's all about the common experience, right? Like pop music and rap music are all about like, hey, I got this, I got that, all that. And country music is all about like pop music and rap music is all, or other types of music, really. There's tons more, but a lot of them are like kind of being like role models, like, oh, this guy is successful, he's rich and famous, we should try to do that. And country music is the opposite of that. It's all about like, oh yeah, I've been there too, right? And I think that's what really kind of settles in with most people about country music, is just it hits you in a place that other music doesn't, because it's all about the storytelling and connecting.
Yeah, that is a great answer. Connecting, and we say, as you just said, I've been there too. We can relate to the songs. Have you had people, Evan, tell you about certain songs of yours that the songs meant something to them, inspired them in some way?
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of like slow song. I have 3 singles out right now. Not one of them is gonna turn your day around. You know, it's all about like they're all about having fun. But a couple of writers rounds, like your story song, Six Strings. A couple other ones. Front Porch did one that was really good. But also like I play like slow songs, but more meaningful songs there. And some people have said that like, yeah, this is like a great song. It really touched me somewhere. Like that A Little Like Me, a song that's just
that's a great honest song you wrote. And Out There Somewhere, which Greg says ironically just came up on his Spotify playlist, that to me is a song that inspires people, because it's like you don't know what the next day is going to bring or what is out there. Your dream job, home girl, as it says in the song, is out there somewhere. I find that inspiring.
Yeah, you have no idea. No idea. Like, case in point, we wrote that song. 30 days later, we're in lockdown. Like, we have no idea what life's going to throw at us. So.
Good, bad, and otherwise, what's ahead of us, but it's hopeful. So that is a great song. And we're going to get to that a bit on the show. Are there any parts of the music business, Evan? I know some comes easy to you. You love to perform and write. What is a challenging part of the music business for you?
Like making a website and all that stuff. That's pretty tough.
You got to know code and stuff.
Yeah, making like that side of things, and making the website, keeping everything like in your Facebook banner, like up to date, all that type of stuff. Was really hard for me. Luckily, I have amazing managers now in CJ Allen and Kate Davies, who they've just kind of take the reins, and Kara Brown has helped me with like the digital side of things. So that's my team right there. But they've really done a lot for me in the sense that they've kind of taken over and said, hey, look, like, you just be an artist. You write the music, you record it, you sing it, things like these, you perform. We're good at this, you're good at that. You do this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so I'm really fortunate to have those guys around on my team. And
that is so important, because the business side and the whole social media side, all that stuff takes away time in a lot of cases from what you want to do. And like you said, that's their strength, and you can focus on performing and songwriting. Hey, Junior Walker, great to have you tuned in. Hey, Greg, thanks, Mark Ballage, putting on this great event. A lot of music expos he puts on, and this one specifically, a country music expo. We're going to talk more about songwriting, but let's hear a song of yours. What will you play for us first?
I will play. I'll play a song called "A Little Like Me." That is all about losing your first truck. Let's see.
Right on.
Is this on?
This is a country song, and I love the honesty in this song too.
Yeah.
Okay. That's up. Love your background, by the way. It's always cool. Got the Maple Leafs jersey and the Route 66 and the lights. I love it.
Okay, I am positive. Okay, that's unfortunate. My battery's dead in this thing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so here's what we're gonna do.
Okay. This is how we talk about resilience. We'll make it work.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just gonna turn the mic up really loud so you can hear the guitar.
Okay.
Can you kind of hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's close enough.
Close enough.
Well, it's more about the story anyways.
Yeah, we want to hear your voice.
Yeah. All right, this song's called Had to Give You Away. Dear my old pickup truck, I hope you're running good as new. I hope you're still kicking up mud, and whoever's driving's been good to you. I hope you still got the crack in the mirror. I hope you still remember that time. Held the girl of my dreams in the backseat. Even if I only got one night, let her get away. Said it's better this way. That still rattles around in my mind. Yeah, but life around here ain't changed much. Still got the same buddies that we picked up. But it ain't the same without your red and black two-tone paint. They still ask about you and talk about all the times we got caught sneaking out. And I know we'll ride together again someday. So thank you for getting me where I am today. 'Cause I'm the one that had to give you away. And dear my old pickup truck, I hope you understand that money got tight and times got tough, and you were taken right out of my hands. If it were up to me, we'd still be turning heads down on Main Street. But that ain't the way this big world works, so I'll see you around, my friend. Yeah, 'cause life around here ain't changed much. Still got the same buddies that we picked up. But it ain't the same without your red and black two-tone paint. They still ask about you and talk about all the times we got caught sneaking out. And I know we'll ride together again someday. So thank you for getting me where I am today. 'Cause I'm the one that had to give you away. That had to give you away. You're out there now making some good old boy's day. But I just wish you were back in my driveway.
Nice.
Yeah, 'cause life around here ain't changed much. Still got the same buddies that we picked up. But it ain't the same without your red and black two-tone paint. They still ask about you and talk about all the times we got caught sneaking out. And I know we'll ride together again someday. But thank you for getting me where I am today. 'Cause I'm the one that had to give you away. That had to give you away.
Evan Farrell, sounding great. Had to give you away. Great song. Evan is from Stouffville, Ontario. I love that perspective on a song because a lot of songs are about a girl you had to give away or got away on you, but this is about a truck.
Yeah, did it sound all right?
Yeah,
Because
I could hear the guitar well enough that it accompanied you. So
okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was yeah, that song just came out of a chorus. That was one of those songs where I just have like a million voice notes on my phone. It's just
Okay.
chaos, and any songwriter probably also has a million voice notes on their phone. And I was scrolling through it one day, I was clearing it out, and then I came across that I had that first verse written, like the "Dear My Old Pick." And I was like, oh, this is a cool perspective to basically write a letter to your truck.
Yeah.
And I basically just for the next week or so, I just kind of like crafted it, came back to it, and forgot I wrote the first verse was basically the key to that. And then I found it later. So yeah.
Very cool. Great story song. What is the best part about co-writing? What are the benefits of co-writing? A lot of artists, when they start out, obviously are writing their own songs until they connect. But tell me about co-writing, what that does.
The best part about co-writing is you're making magic with your friends, man. That's all it is. I got a lot of questions from people that are like, all my buddies are at like university or something like that, and they come home, and because I'm just doing this, I get a lot of questions. That's like, oh, what's that like to do this, do that? And one of the questions I get a lot is, what's it like to be in a co-write? Do you like, is it all business? You get in there and write? It's like, no, you just get in there, you just have fun, you laugh a lot, and then next thing you know, you have a song in front of you. Like it's not always like that with every co-writer. You got to find the ones that work for you, but that's usually how it happens. You just kind of joking around, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, we have half a song written already.
Yeah. You're right. You're having so much fun. You don't necessarily realize the distinction between just having the fun and chatting and actually getting into the song. And I know a lot of times, Evan, the song will just come out of something you're talking about that isn't even the official part of the write. It's just how your day's going or your life's going.
Yep. And that's the best part when you're writing with people that you really enjoy to just be around and just talk to.
Yeah.
Like I was writing with Rich Cloak and Elias James one time, and we were stuck on a line. We couldn't think of a line. So for the next 45 minutes, there was this Twitter trend going on with a duck named Longboy. And it's like a 4-foot tall duck in England. And for the next 45 minutes, we were just laughing our asses off at this duck. And just because we couldn't think of a line. So we're like, all right, we'll come back to this. And then we just Googled a duck for 45 minutes. Yeah, it was fun.
Sometimes you got to do that. You've had, obviously you recorded a lot of your own songs in your co-writes, but you've had a cut, I know of at least one, by someone in the U.S. Tell us that story.
I do. Yeah, I have a cut with, I have like a half cut with Brandon Lorenzo. He put a little acoustic EP together, and one of my songs is on there.
Nice.
But Chris Croze, and I don't even, there's like 80% chance I'm saying that last name wrong, but he was the runner-up on the season 15 of The Voice, and he's gearing up to record, I think, his second or third studio album. And one of my songs got to his ears, and he said, "Yeah, I want to cut that," which was really cool because that's officially my first major Nashville label cut.
Yeah, that is amazing. And tell us the great title of that song. It's one of those fun party songs.
It's called "What Don't Kill You Only Makes You Drunker," but they shortened it to "Makes You Drunker." So
okay, there you go. That's a cool title. What advice would you give, Evan, to someone starting out in their early teens? Or whatever age, it could be any age you're starting out, but they haven't done a lot in the music business, but they want to write, they want to get up on stage. What kinds of things should they keep in mind or remember?
Getting up on stage and writing, that just kind of develops over time. The biggest thing I can tell you is don't be a jerk. Don't be I don't know how PG we keep this thing, but I just be a good person, because be a good artist, good person, because the country music scene, especially in Ontario, I think, is so tight knit that word travels fast. If you do something bad, it's gonna spread around. And it's like there's a lot of artists in Ontario, but somehow it feels like there's like 5, because you just hear about everything from everywhere.
Yeah.
And you just want to be, people want to work with good people, right? Like that's it.
So true.
Don't burn any bridges is what I'm saying. If you can't make a show, don't lie to, and then have like post on your story that you're like skydiving or something, right? Just tell them like, hey, I can't make it, sorry. That's just the way it works. Bad situation, but just be a good person, because that's going to take you pretty far here.
I love that answer, because, just be a good person, which goes a long way. The answer could have been all kinds of things about the music business, but at the core of it, be a good person. And you're right, because that's how you keep a good connection with everybody, and you're liked. And that goes a long, long way.
Yep. I mean, that's the way it goes. This, the drive-in show I was talking about last year, that was my third booking with this guy named Forrest Jones. Forrest Jones he puts on the Country Cares things.
Yeah.
And he puts on great shows, but I had one show with him. He really liked my show, so he brought me back for another one. And then he just booked me for this July 10th thing up in Blue Mountain. So I'm going right after Andrew Hyatt and Jason Blaine, and then 2 before Jade Eagleson. So it's like that's quite the spot to be in. But that's going to be a hell of a show. And just I don't know, I was I don't know, just be people, like I was saying, people want to work with good people, right? So if you put on a good show, you're a good person, you're going to get the calls back from, like I did with.
That's a great example right there. And that's Country Fest Productions. You can check it out on social media, Facebook, and see the poster for the show coming up July 10th and a few other days in that time range. Evan's on the 10th, Blue Mountain in Collingwood, a drive-in concert. Again, it's Forrest Jones. That is awesome. So, you play big shows like that with a full band. What do you like about the kind of shows like the Moonshine Cafe that I've had you out to, where it's just you and the guitar, a couple other performers on stage, and an audience that is listening to every word?
That's exactly it. People are there to listen, man. If you play in nightclubs, you play even some of, like, not so much at the drive-ins, because people obviously bought tickets to come see you play, so they're still listening to you, but not to that capacity.
Right.
When you're in a small room like that, people are listening. They're there for the music. You can play songs that will break someone's heart in that room and get away with it, instead of playing a drive-in show for like 150 cars right there. You play a really sad song, it's like, okay, that's just part of your set, it's part of the show. It's the ebbs and flows of your energy levels in the show. But in the writers round, you can just you can fire them off and just have people actually listen to you. And it's a great spot to try new stuff, because people will give you feedback. If they like it, they're actually listening, right? So that's a great thing. You're right. You can play new songs there, debut them, and you'll get the reaction from the audience, because they will go, what's the right word? Like crazy. They'll go wild and applaud. And I know as an artist, you can talk about this when you're looking out of the audience. I'm sure you can see people
getting into a song.
Oh yeah, you can also see people doing a lot of other stuff too.
I bet there's all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah, it's like people don't understand that, like, hey, I am facing you. I have eyes, and I can see that you're clearly like texting someone, or I don't
Yeah,
know. It was yeah, it's awesome when you see an entire crowd. Like I've seen it a lot from other artists. Like I've been in crowds that
yeah.
have played they've played songs that like you can hear a pin drop after, and
Hmm.
it's amazing to I've had like I've only done that once where I played a song and everybody just like started leaning in, and it was really
Right.
cool. But I've
Yeah.
seen it in the crowd a lot to see everybody just kind of like, just all right, shh, this guy's playing a cool song right now. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Those are such cool moments. I think of the Moonshine Cafe specifically, and being there in the audience, and just you can hear a pin drop. You're so focused on what the performer's doing, and that's a magical moment. And Greg says, small venues are always his favorite to attend. I agree with that. Let's turn to your latest single. There's a lyric video for it as well. People can check out on your Facebook, social media, and YouTube. The song is called "Out There Somewhere." Tell us a bit about this song.
So I got the idea for the song when I was graduating high school, and I saw everybody with we all had the gowns, the caps, they're flying, the whole thing. We're all going up,
Yeah.
shaking hands, getting our diplomas. So I was just looking around at that. Everybody's picked what they want to go to into university. Some people picked we're all going into stuff after high
Yeah.
school. And I was just looking around like, man, we're 18, man. None of these people know what they want to do with their lives yet, right? Like yeah, you do, but like you never know what's gonna happen, right? Like I know obviously I wanted to do country music after high school. That's the direction I wanted to take it. But the thing is, like, we just never know what life's gonna throw at us there. And so you just got to sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Whatever you're gonna get is out there somewhere, and it's coming for you. So
I love it. There's a bit of warning, but there's a lot of good stuff about it too. But yeah, it's the unknown that's up ahead there. And hold on, if you're going through a tough time right now, there's some good times as we all are, through a global pandemic. So there's good times on the horizon, and this song talks about that. Let's hear it, Evan.
All right. Yeah. So after I brought a bunch of ideas down to, I got to do this knob thing again. Okay. Yeah. So I brought a bunch of ideas down to Nashville. This is one of them, and happened to just get in a room with Daryl Scott and Jade Eagleson, and we ended up writing this song, and I loved it enough to. I was lucky that Jade was recording his album down there, so he couldn't add another song. So I got to take this, run with it.
Right on.
Yeah, so it's called Out There Somewhere. And don't know when my dream car is gonna be sitting out in the drive. I don't know where I'm gonna be in 10 years, yeah, but that's alright. Whatever's out there coming for me, well, I'll be sitting right here, sitting pretty, because it's coming as fast as it can. And only the good Lord knows my plans, but it could be around the corner 10 years down the road. That's the thing about life, yeah, we just never know. Whatever we're out here looking to find, well, it's alright, it can take its time. Like that dream job, Homer girl could be anywhere. It's all out there somewhere. Don't know if my ride or die team's ever gonna bring it home again. Go Leafs! Don't know how great it's gonna be to tuck my babies in, but I can tell the future's gonna be a goodie, and I'm gonna take it all in as it's coming, because it's coming as fast as it can, and only the good Lord knows my plans, but it could be around the corner 10 years down the road. That's the thing about life, yeah, we just never know. Whatever we're out here looking to find, well, it's alright, it can take its time. Like that dream job, Homer girl could be anywhere. It's all out there somewhere. I'm gonna fall along the way. I'm gonna make a few mistakes, but I won't let it tie me down. 'Cause it could be around the corner 10 years down the road. That's the thing about life, yeah, we just never know. Whatever we're out here looking to find, well, it's alright, you can take its time. Like that dream job, Homer girl could be anywhere. It's all out there somewhere. Yeah, they're out there somewhere.
Right on. Evan Farrell out there somewhere. It's his brand new single. He's from Stouffville, Ontario. Follow him on his social media sites and follow his career. A lot of great things going on with the show coming up July 10th. Blue Mountain Collingwood, Collingwood Country Cares 2.0 drive-in concert, and a bunch of other shows I'm sure are starting to open up for you. Evan, thank you so much for being here. Always a pleasure to chat, and I just love your singing.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on.
Once again, my guest is Evan Farrell. Thank you all for tuning in. Big thank you to Mark Belage. Had two great interviews today, Alessia Cole earlier, and now Evan Farrell. Enjoy the rest of the expo.
All right.
Take care, everybody.
Thank you.